I love it when I accidentally go live. It's so funny. Hey everybody, how you doing? So I'm wearing a shirt. I'm wearing my shirt. Actually, I should button it up, be a little more professional, right?
Yeah.
A little button it.
Clean up a little bit.
You know what I mean? So I was watching Trump's speech earlier, and I was just setting up the show, and I guess I went live. And just, hey, people were just like, what's going on? Why is he doing nothing? What is he doing? Why is he not wearing a shirt? Why is he just watching the screen? And I was like, oh, hey, I went live. Well, whatever. You can join me while I watch the president talk. I think he's still talking. I had to stop obviously watching because I'm got to do my show. So, but it is Friday. I'm excited. We're going to do some jams later.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
With me tonight, of course, is Ian Crossland.
Hey, yo.
And we're going to be talking about some stuff. Before we do, I just want to say, how you doing? Smash that like button.
Hit it.
Smash, 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 smash. Smash it.
Pound that.
Oh, that was quite calm.
Temperate.
It
Temperately tag
was kind of,
that thing.
man, I can't get over this light bulb. I want
flying.
to let everybody know, for the record, we don't do this. This light bulb is so excited to be on this show. It is spinning on its own accord. It is just straight up spin the light bulb. It's spinning. It's like, woo, I'm spinning.
Is that is that flying?
Good point. Well, yes.
I think it's flying.
It's spinning. It's also spinning.
Yeah. Spinning and it's flying.
Perpetual spinning. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty yeah. And then Eddie Recon just said, amazing how you got one light bulb going ham and then the other one going super slow. I don't understand this one. This one's kind of like,
it's in retrograde.
You know, it's kind of nice. I got like the mellow side of the show and the crazy going ham side of the show.
That one's like Venus. I think Venus is the only planet in the solar system that spins in the opposite direction.
Oh yeah, maybe. And you know what? I like it even more. That light bulb's closer to you and in your screen. So, and you're definitely the crazier of the two of us.
Oh, it's frenetic.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It kind of works for me. So, do me a favor, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It really helps. You guys are incredible, helping my channel grow. You can click join right here, and I post up some covers that I'm going to do more covers. I just uploaded a cover yesterday, and I put the video private of me earlier, kind of like not realizing that I was live, but you can become a member and see that video of me messing up and going live on accident. So, yeah, about that. So, whatever. We got some subjects today. Today we're going to talk about Michael Reinoehl. I think that's how you say his last name. I'm not really sure. So he was caught in a gun battle, I guess, last night of some sort, and was shot and killed by police. We're going to talk about pretty much everything from the beginning of that to the end of it, which seems like it's ended. Then we're going to talk about what Labor Day is. Labor Day was coming up, and I didn't really know about what Labor Day was, but I found out some interesting things. We're going to talk about Labor Day. Then we're going to talk about Biden claiming that the inventor of the light bulb was actually an African American.
Oh.
And I'm going to debunk that because it's absolutely not true.
Oh.
And I've got some stuff we'll talk about. Then we're going to talk about this amazing new peace deal by President Trump brought together.
Oh, right.
Dude is just dropped peace bombs. That's what he does.
Whoa.
He's just dropping peace bombs everywhere. Those are the best kind of bombs, you know?
I like it.
Or bombing hills. That's how they used to say. So, and then before we get into this, I want you guys to see, this is hilarious. So I'm going to be doing an AMA on the Donald.win, and they went ahead and put together this. Look at this. This is an actual photo of a cartoon version of me. I didn't do this. And actually, this is kind of funny. This isn't even me over here.
That's the best.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I'm not even upset about it. It's kind of
awesome.
funny. But actually, yes, the rest of these pictures are pictures from my modeling
Well,
career.
those shorts are crazy in that.
Which one's this?
6 o'clock, yeah.
That was a kilt. And
Whoa.
actually, in this picture, I've got dreads glued into my head.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Just want to, that's September 18th, 2 weeks from today. Actually, today I did an AMA on Reddit, and that was really fun. You can check it out. In r/conservative Reddit, I had a lot of fun answering interesting questions. And I don't know, well, it's over obviously now, but I might pop in and just answer a few questions here and there. It's kind of fun. I saw a lot of people added questions after the fact that I didn't get into because I had to prep for today's show. So yeah, so that's hilarious. I can't get over this picture of me. Me as Pepe is funny.
So
That's
great,
Pepe the
dude.
Frog, right? Isn't that it?
Yeah. One and the same.
Oh man, I love the Donald Dot win. Those guys are awesome. I have a lot of love for some members there.
Dude,
I joined actually like a month ago, and I just sent out a post. I was like, hey, the Donald Dot win. You guys are awesome. I hear, I've seen that you guys follow my stuff, so I just want to appreciate you. And I was just bombarded with, well, first off, they were like, prove it's you. So I posted that tweet I posted the link on Twitter, and I was like, to prove that it's me. And they're like, whoa, it's really him. So now I'm going to have an AMA, and that's going to be really fun. So
sweet.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the stories. This is rather interesting. I'm going to start here. All right, this is the beginning. All right, Portland Antifa protester under investigation for shooting dead Patriot Prayer member claims he served in the Army and hated it, but Pentagon says, oh no, wrong. This is actually, where is the beginning? I'm sorry. Oh, actually, this is fine. We're still going to talk about this, but I do want to start here. All right, this is the beginning. Portland shooting victim Aaron Danielson was hunted down and executed, a friend of his says. All right, now this happened at the beginning of the week. A man was shot dead in Portland, was hunted down by what his pal said he believes was a planned execution. They said Chandler Pappas told Common Sense they executed my partner. They hunted him down. They hunted us down. He said, believing the gunman noticed their caps in support of the right-wing group Patriot Prayer, which Pappas again wore during the interview. It didn't even register that someone was pointing a gun at us until the shots went off and he took off running. I turned to check on my partner, and he's on the ground, he recalled, and they blew his heart out. It's really sad, and the video is rather hard to watch. I mean, they literally have it on video, so I'm not going to show it. You can definitely go check it out if you really would like to see it. I'm sure many of you have actually seen it, and he's urging Trump to send in the troops and stop this. And, if we don't get a handle on it, more people are going to die, which I honestly fully believe. This is the victim that was killed, Aaron J. Danielson. Now it says the police spokesman, they said they're just allow the detectives to do the time. The police of the city of Roses have yet to announce any arrests, but reportedly are investigating Michael Reinoehl, an ex-military man who calls himself 100% Antifa and ready for war, which is interesting because they've actually looked into it, and this is an article basically saying the Pentagon was unable to locate any service of his record. So they're basically saying he was not a part of the military at all.
This guy Reinoehl?
The guy Reinoehl, yeah. And then here, I can't find the post, and it is believed to be scrubbed. That where he said, I was 100% Antifa, or I am, he said, every revolution needs people that are willing to and ready to fight, he wrote in June, comparing it to his time in the Army. I am 100% Antifa all the way. I am willing to fight for my brothers and sisters, he said, insisting that he would not run from violence. So you could see that he is... I mean, we couldn't see it because it was deleted. We couldn't find it. I searched. I couldn't find the actual post. But it has been reported many times that this is the case. So now, yesterday, he appeared on Vice News. Now, I watched this interview. It's rather short, but he talks about how he shot the guy in self-defense, saying that, he was walking with someone, a person of color, that was about to get shot and killed, and he shot the dude, and it was either he did nothing or his friend would have died. Now, I've seen the video. Dude walks right up to the other guy and shoots him. So that doesn't make any sense. It's almost like he didn't realize that they have him on film doing this, making the shot. Let alone there's other videos where you hear people talking about, like, we got him over here. Pull the gun out, or, go get him. And it's just, it sounded like a calculated hit. That's what it sounded like. And there's many people talking about how they're that organized that they have, like, death squads It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video, and it sounded like they were like, "Okay, here he is," and he's like, "This is him." Bang.
Yes, exactly. Right. So they're
just like, yeah, there's.
And he's talking about he says in this interview, he's like, "Look, I'm not Antifa, but Antifa's totally misunderstood. You know, it stands for being anti-fascist, and I am absolutely anti-fascist." And it's like, so you are Antifa? You know, he was totally defending them, saying like people don't really understand what they're trying to do. And then he goes to talk about, this is what I found interesting. He saw all these, it all started because of a Trump rally. All right, there was just hundreds of trucks and basically just a bunch of cars in a row with Trump signs, American flags.
There was video of that, right? Or pictures of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he said as soon as he sees these flags, he feels like they're about to attack him. Like he talks about it, like instantly feels threatened by seeing a Trump sign to the point where he feels like they're about to attack him. So that is just TDS to the max. That's what I got from it. It was just like, wow, you can't even see a sign of the actual president of the United States, and he just thinks I'm about to be attacked. He talks about a civil war is coming. He talks about how his shooting, the shot, as soon as he heard the shot that he himself shot, that was the beginning of a civil war. So it's like, I don't really know exactly how much he wanted maybe it to happen, or if it was something he realized after the fact, you know. So that's so this interview is it's up. You can still watch it. It's on Vice News, and you know here it's a man linked to killing at Portland protest says he's acted in self-defense, which it doesn't make any sense. The videos basically nullify that. Like, sorry, that's not the way it looks. You are seen walking to the dude and shooting him. So it's pretty insane. So last night, I think it was like 11:30. Suspect in a fatal Portland shooting is killed by officers during arrest. So he actually gets shot and killed. Law enforcement agents kill Michael Reinoehl while trying to arrest him, 4 officials said. He was being investigated in a fatal shooting of a supporter of a far-right group. Let's see. The officials said the suspect, Michael Reinoehl, 48, was shot by officers from a federal fugitive task force during the encounter in Lacey, Washington, southwest of Seattle. An arrest warrant had been issued by Portland police earlier Thursday, on the same day that Vice News published an interview with Reinoehl, in which he appeared to admit to the shooting, saying, "I had no choice." He never actually said at any one point in the interview that he killed the guy or that he pulled the trigger, but he said everything other than that, which he was saying here. He's like, I had no choice in the matter. It was either act or don't do anything and let my friend get shot. So he basically admitted that he did it. The Portland police had been investigating Saturday's shooting death of Aaron Danielson, one of the supporters of President Trump, who came down into downtown Portland and clashed with protesters demonstrating against racial injustice and police brutality. Mr. Reinoehl had been a persistent presence at the demonstrations in Portland over recent weeks, helping the protesters with security and suggesting on social media that the struggle was becoming a war where there would be casualties. And I guess he posted it on Instagram, which I know that it had been removed. He said, I'm 100% Antifa all the way. So we went over that, but he claims that he wasn't. But
so he posted that he was 100% and then said that he wasn't to Vice.
Yeah, it feels like Antifa has been more and more, working up towards, I don't know, the truth. Sorry about that. I have my desktop audio up. That's
Ding dong.
Quite loud. My bad. Yeah, so this, it's, I kind of went over it with the Vice article, but this is interesting. This is from his sister saying, I wouldn't say this counts as bad news. That's brutal. This is from his sister. Sister of Portland Antifa gunman reacts to his death after he was shot dead by U.S. Marshals, as she voices concern that he'll become a martyr and an excuse for more violence and protests. And that's what I fear. They keep, violence begets violence. That's really what it is. Now it just feels like it's escalating more and more on either side, and people are getting more and more extreme as the news media pushes us further and further on either side. Get on these sides. We're having this war, and it's just it's ridiculous. I don't understand how. I guess I can understand why it's gotten this bad, because they want this racial division. They want us fighting each other. They want us confused, and they want to blame the other party. We're in an election year, and it's, Biden's coming out blaming Trump for not condemning violence, which is ridiculous. He's been condemning this violence for months as it goes down, and Biden hasn't. He's basically been in a basement, not talking about it, and now he's coming out basically when Democrats are realizing, well, it's gone too far, like we're starting to lose voters because they don't like this. Okay, we should backpedal. So it's getting kind of ridiculous, and I don't like it, So, that's it. There's a lot more details that I didn't get into, but I wanted to basically just, give you guys the overview of what happened there. It's such negativity. It's such filled with violence, and that's just not who I am about. I really want to. If I can take the nonviolent route, always I will, if I can. And I feel like we need to stop the violence. That's it. We have to stop the violence. We have to stop fighting each other. We have to stop killing each other. People are getting shot and killed, and it is a shame. He said when he saw a Trump flag, it's like an attack. It's like he's expecting them to physically assault him. Why? Where is that rhetoric coming from?
This is he lied about being in the military.
Yeah.
The same guy. Okay, this guy's deranged. I don't want to start making assumptions, but there's a lot of things. He said he was Antifa, then he said he wasn't. He said he was in the military, and he wasn't, according to the Pentagon. That's freaky.
Yeah, I know.
He said the guy was going to shoot his friend. The guy in the video shows him going up and executing the guy.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And he says he's afraid for his life when he sees signs.
Mm-hmm. The problem is, how deep does that run outside of him personally, Michael Reinoehl? How many people are affected by that? How sick are some of these people that's what they truly believe, that they see a MAGA hat like on my Salty Bear? Are they gonna come attack Salty Bear? Look how sweet
Doubtful.
he is. Look at those blue eyes. Right?
Look at that
you
Batman
you could
cape.
stare into those blue eyes and just feel good about yourself.
You can hug that bear.
Yeah, but it's crazy. How have we gotten here? And all I can think is the media. They push this racial narrative. They divide us. Orange man bad. They've pushed this, narrative that the president is the worst president ever, when in reality, he's actually doing a lot of legitimate policy work, and he's making peace in the Middle East. We're going to talk about that later. You grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
We're both. You were born in 80, 1980?
79.
79? Okay, so you were, a teenager in the 90s. Wasn't that prevalent? Don't you remember that? Like, I remember hashtag peace in the Middle East shirts on MTV
Gaza
back when MTV was cool.
It was. I remember like the big peace deal with it was like before Netanyahu, and it was a big deal. It was like Yasser Arafat, I think, was the Palestinian premier at the time or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it was like Bill Clinton established something. And it looked like they had done it finally.
Yeah.
That's how they spin it. And that's what they just spun a couple weeks ago. The UAE and Israel finally made a peace deal again.
Well, it feels like they're actually making pretty big moves.
I hope so, because it's time.
I agree. I mean, we're going to get into it later.
I would take it a step further and say that the media is involved in this division, but also it's the food supply. I can't prove it.
The food supply?
I think that there's so many toxins in the food supply these days, and it's just being sold to us, like food coloring. I go down the rabbit hole. High fructose corn syrup and aspartame, which was a rat poison until Rumsfeld made it.
Aspartame is gross.
It's crazy, and it's like
disgusting.
sold to people and legal and allowed. And I mean, it was literally a rat poison back in the day, 70s.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. But it's so sweet that it functions as a sweetener. But it's definitely it's got to be a neurotoxin.
Well, and I heard that if it heats up, like if you leave like a Diet Coke in the garage and it reaches over a certain temperature, it can become cancerous. Like
It's crazy.
Just by drinking it.
And then the stuff in the plastic, these biphenols in the plastic, but those are apparently really hard on your endocrine system.
Yeah.
So like if you leave a plastic bottle in the sun and it leaches into your water.
How did we just get to this conversation?
Well, we're talking about why people are going crazy, and there's this weirdness. I think it's the media is intensifying it, but that the root is the diet of the population, and I can't prove it, but it just seems like it.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a whole nother conversation, you know? And then, like, even, like, fluoride in the water, like, what's in the water. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that has to do with it. But anyway, I honestly, that's a whole nother conversation. So, you know, I just wanted to tell you guys about my views on that. I think it's a shame that there's any sort of violence, period. That's it. The fact that people are killing each other saddens me, and I really can't stand it. So I want that to end. So now we're going to talk about something a little different. This is Labor Day is coming up. I believe it's on Monday. And a lot of people don't know what the history of what Labor Day is. What is Labor Day? Where did it come from? When was it established? So we're going to talk about it. First, we're going to say, see why do we celebrate Labor Day? You know, this is from history.com. Labor Day 2020 will occur Monday, September 7th, so it's coming up. Labor Day pays tribute to the contribution and achievements of American workers and is traditionally observed on the first Monday of September. It was created by the labor movement in the late 19th century and became a federal holiday in 1894. Labor Day weekend also symbolizes the end of summer for many Americans and is celebrated with parties, street parades, and athletic events. But why do we celebrate it? Labor Day, an annual celebration of workers and their achievements, originated during one of the American labor history's most dismal chapters. In the late 1800s, the height of the Industrial Revolution in the United States, the average American worked 12-hour days and 7-day weeks in order to eke out a basic living. Despite restrictions in some states, children as young as 5 or 6 toiled in mills, factories, and mines across the country, earning a fraction of their adult counterpart wages. Wow. People of all ages, particularly the very poor and recent immigrants, often faced extremely unsafe work conditions with insufficient access to fresh air, sanitary facilities, and breaks. As manufacturing increasingly supplanted agriculture as well as the wellspring of American employment, labor unions, which had first appeared in the late 18th century, grew more prominent and vocal. They began organizing strikes and rallies to protest poor condition and compel employers to renegotiate hours and pay. Many of these events turned violent during this period, including the infamous Haymaker riot in 1886, in which several Chicago policemen and workers were killed. Others gave to long-standing traditions. On September 5th, 1882, 10,000 workers took unpaid time off to march from City Hall to Union Square in New York City, holding the first labor parade in U.S. history. The idea of working men's holiday, celebrated on the first Monday in September, caught on in other industrial centers across the country, and many states passed legislation recognizing it. Congress would not legalize the holiday until 12 years later. Then a watershed moment in American labor history brought workers' rights squarely in the public view. On May 11th, 1894, employees of the Pullman Palace Car Company in Chicago went on strike to protest wage cuts and the firing of union representatives. On June 26th, the American Railroad Union, led by Eugene Debs, called for a boycott of all Pullman railway cars, crippling railroad traffic nationwide. To break the Pullman strike, the federal government dispatched troops to Chicago, unleashing a wave of riots that resulted in the deaths of more than a dozen workers. And here's a depiction of it. So then, it was actually Grover Cleveland who signed it into law. I've got something else here. This is the first Labor Day. So it was June 28th, 1894. President Grover Cleveland signed into law declaring Labor Day a national holiday. Since 1882, Labor Day had been celebrated at a local and state level. From 1887 to 1894, 23 states enacted a Labor Day holiday, but according to Washington Post, the celebration alternated between the first day of September and the first Monday of September, and the first Saturday of September, depending on the location. After being introduced in August 1893, S730, which is the bill that passed, sat for 10 months without debate in the Senate. Once Senate leaders brought it to the floor, however, the bill quickly passed. 4 days later, on June 26, 1894, the chairman of the House Labor Committee, Lawrence McGann of Illinois, began consideration of the Senate bill in the House, replacing earlier House version sponsored by Amos Cummings of New York. The legislation passed with no objection and was sent to the president. The response in the new holiday was overwhelmingly positive. Labor unions in cities such as Boston, Nashville, St. Louis celebrated with parades and picnics. Large turnouts in Chicago, 30,000 people, and Baltimore, 10,000 people, underscored the holiday's popularity. At the first official Labor Day parade in Chicago, Chairman McGann reminded the revelers, "Let us each Labor Day hold a Congress and formulate positions for the what is this word? Amelioration. Cool word. Of the people. I don't even know what it means. Send them to your representatives with your earnest, intelligent endorsement, and the laws will be changed." Over time, members of Congress began utilizing their role as participants in numerous Labor Day holiday parades as a mean to reach out to constituents. So, wow, can you imagine 7 days a week, 12-hour days, just to pay the bills?
For like 6-year-olds too. Like they would
work.
work.
Not only, I mean, of course, I'm thinking about myself, but imagine for 6-year-olds to do that. That's insane.
For a quarter of the price, for less.
For a minuscule of the price.
Dude.
So Labor Day is basically just us going, you know what? Maybe we should take a break.
I've noticed, I listen to you and Tim a lot talk about the unions and how dangerous and how kind of maybe they're too powerful now, because whenever I think of the unions, I think of this stuff.
Yeah.
I have growing up, I would think about how awesome unions are. The ability to unionize workers and to take control of your company has been an American, I don't know if it's strictly American, but it's given rise to things like Labor Day and the 8-hour work day, 40-hour work week, which is just like, before that it was like slavery. I mean, this is basically like, fiscal slavery,
I guess.
Company slavery, private sector slavery.
Mm-hmm.
So have the unions gotten too powerful? Is that why there's kind of a backlash against them right now?
Well, that's what I was thinking when you're talking about unions. I mean, and I was reading unions. Clearly, they did good work here. They helped establish this. But do they have too much power? Do they protect bad teachers? The teachers union I'm talking, or do they like the police unions? Do they protect bad policemen? Do they have too much power? Now there's talk about how the reason schools aren't reopening is because the teachers unions are losing money because school choice is becoming popular. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow with Corey about school choice. It's going to be an interesting conversation. But honestly, I feel like even just unions in general deserve their own deep dive.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This is about Labor Day.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to highlight what Labor Day is, what it comes from. And actually there's another, about like not wearing white after Labor Day?
No.
You never heard that?
No.
So there's this you never wear white after Labor Day. And I actually was like, where does this come from? Like what is going on? So I just wanted to add this on to the whole Labor Day thing. And I guess it comes, I'll just read it. It says, the history of wearing white after Labor Day. And there's two general theories on how no white after Labor Day rule came about. One dates to the turn of the 20th century when white was worn for function, not fashion. This was decades before air conditioning became a common convenience and society women were expected to cover up in full polished outfits, even when on vacation, especially for beach outings. That led to women wearing lighter or white clothing as a way to stay cool during the summer. Some historians, however, believe that beating the heat during the early to mid-20th century was more of a symbol of division between societal hierarchies. The contrast between dark clothing worn by the middle working class and the leisurely white clothing worn by the elite is thought to have been a way to show off a divisive affluence. Be it societal snobbery, or simply to avoid sweating, one thing is for sure, tastemakers, editors, and stylists in today's fashion world don't necessarily play by the rules, and no white after Labor Day is one that's often broken. So it's interesting. It does make sense. You wear lighter things during the summer to try to stay cool. And women weren't allowed to like show skin like past their knee, or I don't even know exactly like.
Yeah, those
their
old
bathing suits were like full body suits almost because they couldn't. It was indecent to show anything.
Right. Men weren't allowed to be shirtless in public until like the early 1900s.
Really?
Yeah, there was a New York. I don't know what the campaign was called, but they got the right to go shirtless in public.
That's random,
dude. 150 years ago, things were so different in this country.
I know.
That's like our grandparents.
People don't
parents,
think about it,
or like.
Yep.
And it was like 12-hour work days, but like 90-hour work weeks.
I know.
And slave conditions.
Some people's great grandparents could have been those kids working in mines, like with no air and no air conditioning or no fresh air to even be pumped in.
For women. It was just crazy.
What a crazy world we live in now, where these people, many people of generations younger than us, don't even have any idea because their world is so small in their brains, like video games, the internet, and what's the pop chart. I don't know. I'm generalizing, but it's crazy. They're certainly not thinking about, man, 150 years ago I might have been working in a coal mine to survive.
I got a little of it in school. I don't know about you, like history. They didn't really talk a lot about it, I guess, in school. I didn't learn. I mean, I definitely didn't learn about the men weren't allowed to wear shirts thing until a few years ago. And it was the internet. It was like, searching things through the internet.
Yeah, that's weird. I never heard that.
Educated friends. Isn't that wild, dude?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, yeah, there's that. So that's for Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
Just, Labor Day's coming up. So, if you're a hard laborer out there, I appreciate you because, that most of the hard laborers are the reason we have the societies functioning as it is.
Have you taken a lot of hard labor jobs?
I have in the past. I did heating and air conditioning. I was a carpenter for a while. But heating and air conditioning is brutal sometimes because you'd have to go into attics to install ductwork. Sometimes in the summertime when the attics they can get brutal in there, so you got to crawl through, fiberglass insulation to run ductwork down and throughout the house. It can be pretty brutal, It's much nicer to install, obviously, when the building's going up, but some houses are old that didn't have air conditioning or heating in the newer, forced air systems that are out there. So, that's really what I have a lot of experience in as far as hard labor, I guess, But that's what. How about you?
No, I've worked in the service industry pretty much my whole life.
Okay.
I like the tips, but I decided to kind of get a taste of it when I was living with the Ottmans when we were founding mines, and I started doing a lot of like chopping wood. Yeah. I mean, not a lot, but just enough to get it. I just needed to know how grueling is it to be in the sun for 12 hours and just be lifting heavy stuff. And man, it is another world.
Yeah, it really
is. So tired and cut up at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Like too tired to be creative, and a lot of times it would just exhaust my mind.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So kudos to you if you're lifting stuff.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll have machines to do it all for us someday.
Well, it's coming. It's definitely coming.
Or those exo body suits.
Yeah.
So you can lift like 6,000 pounds.
All right. So next we're going to talk about Joe Biden. This man just...
I'm super excited.
Did you hear about this?
No.
So he was talking in a church, and he was whispering how Trump is doing a bad job, trying to making jokes, and it was really... It was so
in a church.
It was so cringy. Yeah,
that's weird.
But this is something that caught my ear. I was like, "What? Did I hear this right? Listen to this,
dude. Look how that subject is written.
Biden claims black man invented light bulb.
The word "black" is capitalized.
Yeah, it is.
What the heck?
Anyway, Biden claims black man invented light bulb during campaign event. And then, of course, it follows right up with Thomas Edison is the inventor of the light bulb. And I was like, I'm going to look into this because I don't know. But before I get into the details, I'm going to just read about this. So during a Thursday meeting with Kenosha, Wisconsin community leaders, Joe Biden said that a black man, rather than Thomas Edison, invented the light bulb. And here it's quotes. People fear that which is different. We've got to, for example, in Why God's Name Don't We Teach History in history classes? A black man invented the light bulb, not a white guy named Edison, Biden said. There's so much Did anyone know before what recently happened that Black Wall Street in Oklahoma was burned to the ground? Anybody know these things? Because we don't teach them. We've got to give people facts. I'm curious. I didn't watch when he actually said this. I'm curious how accurate that is to what he verbatim said. Because a lot of times people clean it up when he says it. I mean, this is Fox, so I don't think they're pretty. I feel like they're more right-leaning than left-leaning. So, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But it's really interesting because, I mean, they actually go into it here. It says, it was Edison who first invented the light bulb and a filament that could last 1,200 hours. According to the Department of Energy, Edison secured patents for the incandescent light in 1879 and 1880. Biden was likely referring to Lewis Howard Latimer, who, according to a biography at MIT, patented an improved version of the incandescent light bulb in 1881 that could last even longer than Edison's. For perspective, 1,200 hours is about 50 days, far less than the modern incandescent light bulbs. So I actually looked this guy up, and this is a biography about him. And this guy actually, I'm rather impressed with him. This dude is kind of awesome. So I want to give him a little bit of light. So this guy is an inventor, engineer, Lewis Howard Latimer. He was born to parents who fled slavery. He learned the art of mechanical drawing while working at a patent firm. Over the course of his career as a draughtsman, Latimer closely worked with Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell, in addition to designing his very own inventions. Latimer was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts, on September 4th, 1848. He was the youngest of 4 children born to George and Rebecca Latimer, who escaped from slavery in Virginia 6 years before his birth. Captured in Boston and brought to trial as a fugitive, George Latimer was defended by abolitionists Frederick Douglass and William Garrison. He was eventually able to purchase his freedom with the help of a local minister and began raising a family with Rebecca near Chelsea. George disappeared shortly after the Dred Scott decision of 1857, possibly fearing the return of slavery in the South. So, interesting family story. This dude, could have gone a lot worse for him, So after his father's departure, Latimer worked to help support his mother and family. 1864, at the age of 16, he lied about his age in order to enlist in the United States Navy during the Civil War. Returning to Boston after an honorable discharge, he accepted a menial position at Crosby and Gold Patent Law Office, and he taught himself mechanical drawing and drafting by observing the work of draftsmen at the firm. Recognizing Latimer's talent and promise, the firm's partners promoted him from office boy to draftsman. In addition to assisting others, Latimer designed a number of his own inventions, including an improved railroad bathroom car and an early air conditioning unit. Very cool. Latimer's talents were well matched to the post-Civil War period, which saw a large number of scientific and engineering breakthroughs. Latimer was directly involved in one of these inventions, the telephone. Working with Bell, Latimer helped draft the patent for Bell's design of the telephone. He also was involved in the field of incandescent lighting, a particular competitive field, working for Hiram Maxim and Edison. Now, I actually have, this is the MIT, this is what they reference here, and this actually talks more specifically about him working with Bell and Edison. So it says here he first worked for Alexander Graham Bell as an assistant, and some actually claim that Latimer, not Bell, actually invented the telephone. But this is unlikely because Latimer often defended Bell's claims to first inventions in court. Later, Latimer became a member of Thomas Edison's elite research team, Edison's Pioneers, and Latimer made his most important scientific contributions here by improving the light that was invented by Edison. So he actually fought for Alexander Graham Bell to make sure that he was the one who invented
I'll take his word on that.
The light bulb, or not the light bulb, the telephone.
Yeah.
So I feel like if he really wanted, there would have been some sort of claim that I did the light bulb, I made it, but there's nothing from that source. So clearly he had a hand in it. He made the light bulbs better, but Edison made the light bulb. So Biden, spewing some lies like always. It's just more Biden is wrong. And I mean, are we really surprised though? Is it really a surprise that, I mean, he's still claiming that, the whole Charlottesville thing with President Trump talking about, the neo-Nazis there, that he's claiming he didn't condemn them, which was the very first thing he said in his speech, that they should be condemned outright. Well, Biden's still pushing this thing that, he's claiming that there's good people over there. And it's like, God, you give me a headache, Biden. You're pushing this rhetoric that's just false.
And it's racist.
It
Saying
is.
a black guy did it. Like, why didn't he just use this guy's name?
Absolutely true. And honestly, like, the more I learned about this guy is great.
Dude, Latimer.
Latimer, man.
The telephone and the light bulb.
Lewis Latimer he helped with the telephone and the light bulb. Like,
That's
dude
serious.
had a part of this, and it's really awesome.
I love his glasses.
He's one of the first major African American inventors, and I didn't know about him. So I'm kind of excited.
Shout out to
I learned
Louis.
about a cool, awesome American inventor.
Is there someone that came before these guys that was I guess called African American? I hate these delineations, but
Yeah.
because it says that Edison and Latimer had the patent, but that doesn't mean he was the guy that invented the concept. Was there
Right.
someone that came even further before? I'm just asking. Maybe Chad has a better idea.
Honestly, I'm sure that there's some sort of a hole that I can find, really dig into it. But it's clear that he was part of the patent office.
Yeah.
And that's maybe why they brought him on.
And he invented the better light bulb.
Yeah, exactly. He improved the light bulb. He saw the design, made it better, and that's really awesome. And then they actually go in to talk about it. But I just really wanted to debunk this whole, what he was talking about. I'm talking about Biden right now. What he was making a claim, and it was clearly wrong. So Joe Biden, stop lying to the American public, please. I don't appreciate it. Yeah,
They find out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think I don't think it cares. I said it cares.
The collective consciousness,
or the robot that is Joe Biden.
Okay.
maybe that's what I. Yeah, I guess
not.
I just called him a robot. So
it is not inaccurate.
whatever. I'm not. I don't feel bad about it. So anyway,
I know. I'm not even gonna let myself complain about him. I want to wash it off.
Don't do it.
Thank
Don't do
you.
it. Just wash it off. So that's what's happening. Let's talk about some even more awesome things that are happening. This was great. United States brokers breakthrough economic deal between Serbia and Kosovo. More places that I've been hearing almost all my life, my adult life at least, that it's just war ravaging Kosovo, Serbia. We constantly, my whole adult life I've just been hearing about terrible things that are going on, and now we have a deal notably features new facets of both countries' relationships with Israel. So they're normalizing peace. That's what I'm seeing here. The leaders of Serbia and Kosovo on Friday formally agree to normalize economic relations at the White House meeting brokered by the President Trump. Yeah, whatever. The President Trump. I'll do it. The signing of the deal took place at the Oval Office, where Serbian President Alexander how do you say that?
Vučić?
There you go. And the Prime Minister of Kosovo, Abdullah Hoti, made the deal official. Awesome. Trump, who sat between the leaders during the signing, said Serbia and Kosovo have each committed to economic normalization. Economics can bring people together, and that's happening right here. The breakthrough economic deal also came with the new terms and conditions that as the countries relate to Israel, which is actually something that people don't seem to be talking about. Serbia committed to moving its embassy to Jerusalem, and Kosovo says it will now recognize the Jewish state formally. This is pretty incredible. This is from Mike Pence, Vice President. Let me also say how much we appreciate and welcome the important steps that both of these countries are making, Mr. President, in the direction of recognizing Israel and moving embassies to Jerusalem as you have done. This is incredible. Peace in the Middle East is something that we've always been, striving for, and I don't understand how anyone could be upset about it. Like they're trying, and I watched, they were trying to make it like they were asking, what was his name? Richard Grenell, awesome. Did you see his press briefing?
No.
My goodness, does he rip the press apart? He's like, how are you guys not happy about this? Why are you trying to make this bad? You guys are terrible journalists. I'm summarizing what he said. Basically, it's not verbatim, but it was so satisfying to watch. That because he just was like, you guys are all young. You don't understand how bad it's been in these countries and how amazing this peace deal means for what we're doing here. So let's see. This is another article I have here. It just talking about more of the Israeli side of things. Well, I guess it really just says a lot of the same things. They're moving the fact that they're recognizing Jerusalem and Israel as like an actual state is incredible. Where was this? There was a reason why I had this out, and it has something to do with. It's Netanyahu? Is that
that's the prime minister?
Yeah,
of,
here it is.
Israel.
Yes. So it says Kosovo will be the first majority Muslim country to open an embassy in Jerusalem. Netanyahu says, as I've been in recent days, the circle of peace and recognition of Israeli is widening and is expected to add additional countries. This is awesome. Look, I'm not a political expert in any sense of the word, but I'll tell you what, I like peace. I like things de-escalating from violence, and it has been violent in this area for a long time. This is a peace deal. The Trump announced peace deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. This was from August 13th. This was a few weeks ago. This is incredible. So the President Trump has been really trying to push peace in the Middle East and in war-torn areas. And you look at Israel has been fighting Palestine, right,
since 1953, I think.
1953, is that right?
Something like that.
Long time.
Since they've been established. I have mixed feelings about this. I can't go into it online because it's so controversial.
Well, let me just ask you though. I know that there is a lot of controversy about this, right? I'm trying to how do I phrase this? I want to ask. I guess I'll just ask you this: are you happy that there's peace now?
This is a good question. Peace can be accomplished through military suppression.
Okay.
And I don't like when a country invades another country and wins a war and then quells the population, there's peace. And
I can see that.
That's not necessarily the kind of peace that I want to advocate.
Well, okay, but that is not what's happening here. This is economic peace. They're opening trade deals. They're establishing you can fly to my country now. Israel and United Arab Emirates now have flights between the two countries, and now we see Kosovo and Serbia are now on normalizing trade relations. So it's more of a democratic side of the peace. It's not like anyone's going in and squashing what was the you said quelling the population. So that's not happening.
It. Well, when you look at Jerusalem, I think the biggest problem with Palestine and Israel from the beginning is that they both want their capital in Jerusalem.
Right.
So by everyone acknowledging that it's Israel's capital now,
okay,
it says that it's not Palestine's capital.
Okay.
And so that's.
I can see where you're going with this. So in a sense, it's saying good for Israel.
It's not really the capital, but it's like the spiritual center.
Sorry, Palestine.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it will establish peace.
And that's why that's why I said, look, I'm not a political expert. I'm not Tim. Tim has been doing this for 10 years with his nose to the grindstone on almost every single political issue that's happened in the past 10 years. Where I'm beginning my journey this year, and I don't even know if I really want to go full-blown political commentary like he does. I want to be informed. I want to know about everything that's happening. So I would like to dig your brain about it.
I love the history of Israel, of that area of the world, because it's right by where the Suez Canal was a huge trade route. The Silk Road ran through Jerusalem, basically through Israel. So the Catholics wanted it so that they could trade with China. and they would as far back as the Roman Empire that was their overland trade deals to further east. And they would also use where now the Suez Canal is. Before the canal, they would sail their boats down there, then pick their boats up and walk it across.
Really?
And then sail further. So I wonder if it was kind of built as like a guard post for that area so that they could hold their trade open. And then the Muslim population of the time wanted it back because it was their trade route too.
Yeah.
And ever since, it's just been like, I think it's ultimately an economic strategic hold.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it feels like that deserves its own.
Yeah, really. The Balfour Declaration.
Yeah, the full. I don't know anything about it.
That's how they formed it.
Full on subject to talk about
Israel.
Everything that's happening. So
or get an expert
I don't know
on the
about
show.
it. I don't know about it. So we'll.
I'm pretty amateur.
We'll I'd rather know what I'm.
I love it.
doing.
I feel it's such an important, intriguing. Plus, I've been playing Crusader Kings like a maniac, and it's such a central point of the game.
So, I knew you were thinking that in your head.
I love it.
This guy's probably talking about Crusader Kings in his head
every day.
You've been playing it, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? It's good.
Yeah, I decided to go past the tutorial. I started as an Italian count. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, the game itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying like the vanilla version feels a little lackluster because you've been playing Crusader Kings 2 with all the DLCs, the 8 years of updates and new stuff, and so. But you're happy with it?
They took some of the really great stuff and took it into the sequel.
Oh, okay.
And I think that they will expand some of the really
like
awesome
the fighting
stuff they left
techniques
behind.
you were saying is kind of boring.
Yeah, it's a little more basic. Like, your buddy who's never played a simulation strategy game can pick it up and learn it really quick now.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool, and I think it'll make better multiplayer. It'll be less like pausing and trying to figure out what's going on, and more flow.
Yeah, because if you're playing multiplayer in that kind of game, if they pause, you have to sit and wait until they're done, and that can be.
And they did away with a lot of the stuff you would pause for, like searching through lists of people to fit into the right spot.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thanks everyone for hanging out with us on this wonderful Friday and sticking to us. I just want to say you can follow me at Adam Crigler on Twitter, Parler, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the things. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe down below. You can also hit the bell to be notified when I go live. Sometimes I go live and I don't even know it. Like earlier today, I actually did, and honestly, I don't even care. I find it really fun. I really had a great time engaging with the people that actually showed up and watched me just sitting here without a shirt watching the president talk. He had a speech earlier that I actually had to. I didn't finish watching it, but he was just talking about everything that was going on today. And you can follow Ian at Ian Carlson there on Twitter. Hit him up. He loves talking about awesome stuff and being corrected. So if he's wrong and you know that he's wrong about something, go follow him and tell him tell him how wrong he is.
Give me the answers. Hey, I also wanted to mention, I sent this to you on Facebook. We were talking about molecular printers the other day.
Okay.
And I just found out, so Michael Malice is in the house. He's going on Timcast IRL tonight.
That's cool.
And his friend Matt is here, who's this genius, and we were talking about the future of printing. And he turned me on to what's called atomically precise manufacturing. This is something that the United States Department of Energy has been involved in since 2007. And it's basically fitting atoms into the right spot with such precision that you can create molecules.
That is so cool.
You can go to nano.gov and read more about it. If you search atomically precise manufacturing.
I wish you knew about that when we were doing that subject.
I know.
Because that's a whole nother level.
I'll send you some.
We're getting closer.
I'll
replicators.
Data.
Replicators are coming.
And the government is pushing it.
And
they
the government's
want it.
coming. It's crazy. The future is now. And you know what? Smash that like button. Come on, smash it. Smash it. You know what? I didn't do this yesterday.
But I'm thinking about it.
Hold on, wait. I wanted to hook up my Salty Bear. This is Salty the Bear. He is a Trumpy bear, but he's got a new name. He wears my MAGA hat, or my MAGA beanie that has become infamous from the Timcast IRL show. That's actually the beanie that I wore on the show, and it's his now. I've got these Hulk hands that someone sent to me, but I felt it would be great if he actually had the Hulk hands.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The colors, man.
It looks great.
It's perfectly.
Yes. Oh, that is awesome.
That saw, dude.
Oh, all right. I gotta hook him up.
Look at those muscles.
Dude is swole.
Beast.
Yes, that is how you smash the like button. So follow Salty. He knows how to do it. He smashes that like button like a pro. All right, bro, pound it. All right. So, oh, I love this guy. So that's actually from the Salty Army. You guys support me. I support you. My bear is named after all you. So appreciate you guys, guys and gals. And yeah, so today is Friday. You know what that means. It's jam.
La música.
We're going to play some music.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to play some music. Music. I wrote a new song on Sunday. I played it a few times. I played it yesterday, right? Yeah. I played it yesterday. I still don't have a name for it.
Oh.
Some people have said Freely as a name.
I like that.
What did you say?
The
It's
Mountaintop?
wonderful?
I said it's wonderful.
Oh,
but
the Mountaintop. That's kind of fun too. Still doesn't have a name. Feels a little. I don't know. I feel a little iffy about. I need a name. It's weird not having a name for
Going
it.
through a desert with a song with no name is.
Someone said that, but no. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah,
that.
no. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm probably gonna play that because I love that song.
Me too.
It gets in my head.
Yeah.
It's in my head all the time. So I'm gonna read some super chats. I got some super chats to read through, and then we'll play some music. Nick Naylor says, "Rittenhouse that like button."
Oh,
Jeez. Defend your.
Too soon?
I don't know. Self-defense.
Defend your right to that smash button?
Henry says, "Spin that like button, folks." Also, Adam, how did you like that Bluegrass by Benjamin Todd, Lost Dog? The live music videos on YouTube go hard, bruv. Hashtag 603NH. I didn't check that out, but I'm going to after the show. I remember you suggested that. That's right. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got this. I got it pulled up here, so I'll check it out. Yeah. Miles, thanks for becoming a member. Bing, 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 bing. If you want to become a member, it definitely supports me. It's great. You can click the join button right there, somewhere below, and I actually upload cover music that I played. I uploaded Black by Pearl Jam just the other day. And I made it for members only, my going live earlier when I didn't realize that I went live. And there was actually a couple super chats that I kind of feel bad that I didn't read. I should probably pull those up and just say what they were. I'm going to do that actually while we're going. Eddie Recon says, "Amazing. You've got one bulb going ham. The other one's super slow-mo." I know. Yeah, we talked about that. Wimp Low says, "Take your shirt off." All right, I'll do this. Just kidding. I'm not going to take my shirt off.
Members only.
Members only. Only fans. Tim Norris says, "Will you look into and cover the Stand with Sophie story? I don't know anything about it, but I will look into it, sure."
I think that's the girl, the Australian girl. Is that the girl that got arrested?
I have no idea.
That might be that.
Chuck Moore says, "Soy Squatch Jesus is my new fave. More hair, less shirt. Backstage tease was great. We need to watch along." Well, Chuck Morris obviously was there when I went live, and I didn't realize I went live. Well, you know, it happens. You know what? I also want to say, tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I have Corey DeAngelis come in. We're going to be talking about school education, the state of where it is, why it's gotten so bad. I'm going to find out who he is, too. I don't think he realizes I'm going to actually interview who he is, too. He's an advocate for school choice. I'm definitely going to dig into who he is, what led him to becoming an advocate for school choice, how it is even a job that's what he has. So we'll see, and it's going to be really fun. So tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Going to have Corey on. It's going to be a great interview. Let's see. Wesley Flores says, "I love your show. Please shout out my new song if you can." Well, go check out Wesley Flores' song. I don't know the name of it, but he's got a new song. Go check it out. Shout out to his new song. How was that? Was that good? That was a good shout out.
Great, actually.
Good shout out? Okay. Dubious Prime says, "At 3,000, MAGA bun." What's a MAGA bun? Is that where I pull my hair up
I think it is.
Some sort of a bun form? I don't know.
Let's get those likes.
Smash that like button. We got almost 3K likes.
Helps the algorithm.
Smash it.
And don't be
like
afraid
button.
to comment on this video.
Yeah, comment.
I guess that'd be after the fact, though, right? How does that work? Can you comment on the video when it's live, or can you only comment in chat?
I think you can only comment in chat, and then once we end, then it goes
Roger.
after the fact.
Yeah.
But then I do it unlisted. So you have to go to the playlist. If you want to see the full show, you got to go to the playlist and select live shows, and it'll be there. Let's see here. Let Freedom Ring, America, says, read a report that he served in the Army from March 1992 to May 1993. He was discharged for either medical or disciplinary reasons, in my honest opinion. Why wouldn't the Pentagon have that information?
Did he change his
down?
name? I thought I read something that said he changed his name.
Interesting.
Maybe that could contribute to confusion.
I don't know. Well, the Pentagon claims that he didn't have any service. So, as far as I know, that's what I'm going with. Dylan, thanks for super chat. Snark Victory says, Patriot Prayer removed from Facebook due to community guidelines on violent groups. Reporting Rose City Antifa's page, Facebook says no guideline violations. And they're calling for violence too, which is insane. So, yeah, I don't understand what's going on with this Facebook stuff. It's crazy. Short Bus Dave Sadino says, Freebird. No whiskey, but got mead. Cheers. Freebird. Good one, Dave. Good one. Bavita says, hey, brother, you ever get a chance to try out that coronavirus coffee I sent? I haven't tried it out, but it's also because I think it's the full bean, and I don't have a coffee grinder. But I also don't know if I want to, because it's so awesome that I'd rather just keep it forever on my shelf, because I have it sitting on my shelf of like cool little knickknacks that people have sent me. But thank you for sending it to me. I definitely have it on my shelf. It's great. It's this coronavirus coffee, and it says it's I don't know. I don't remember.
Awesome.
It has a few funny puns on it about coffee versus
I
COVID.
Put it behind you.
Yeah, maybe I'll do like a little shelf or something that'll have
cool.
some interesting things. So, but thanks for sending me that, Bavitas. I don't want to drink it because I don't want it to go away. I want to keep it forever. Irby says, hey, Adam, I need help in trying to red pill my mom and my brother. I want to help them, but I feel so helpless in doing so. May I use your channel/assistance to help me with this? Any advice is appreciated, much appreciated. Absolutely, you can. I definitely welcome anyone to come and watch my channel. I try to stay. I'm obviously a little biased because I like the president. I think he's doing some good things. I talk about it quite often. I don't go into as much detail, and I don't have the brain of Tim Pool alongside of me to really help push it forward. And it's a shame that I'm no longer on that show, but you could even go back to a lot of the videos that we had together talking about this kind of stuff. But please send it my way. I would love that. Any help is appreciated. And any advice, the best advice that I can give for anybody who feels like they are trying to red pill others or feel like they're being bombarded just because they're simply Trump fans is to become informed. That's the best you can do. Do your research. Know your stuff. Know what you're talking about. When someone says, why do you like Trump? Have an answer. Know like 3 or 4 different things. Research why people don't like him, so you know why, so you can debunk those things. Because a lot of people say, oh, he's racist, like the whole Charlottesville thing. And then I'm like, go watch the actual speech. He actually condemns all these people immediately and then goes into talking about not everybody that's in this crowd is a terrible person. There's good people on either side. So he's talking about regular protesters that aren't on the extremes, the people that are in the middle that happen to be, everyone has a different of opinion, and some people didn't want the statue coming down. That doesn't mean they were all neo-Nazis. He condemned all neo-Nazis outright right away. So
one other thing you can do
outright, not alt-right. But he condemned them too.
Another great way to help to red pill people is to get your body into physical shape, because when you're really healthy, people believe you way more readily.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you get that
I've just
information?
noticed it. It's anecdotal, but it's like the entertainment industry.
Interesting.
They'll want you on TV if you're healthy and strong and physically fit.
Okay.
It's subversive, but it definitely seems to work.
Okay. Well, there you go. But thanks, Irby. Neva down south says, hey, Adam, big fan. Actually just says, big fan, Adam. Big Adam fan. There it is. I figured it out. Sometimes we need music and cool topics besides cancerous politics. Thanks.
Hey yo.
Yeah, that's what I want. And honestly, sometimes I just go live without even knowing it. And you watch me like Big Brother does, and I just sit here watching Trump talk, and you can, join me and watch him without me knowing it. Arthur Eason says, I'm a 30-year-old teacher. I've never been a member of a union. I've been a charter school teacher for the past 17 years. Very interesting. And honestly, I don't know much about what a charter school is, but I'll tell you what, I've got a school expert coming tomorrow. So I'm going to talk to him about what is the differences between public school, charter school, all the different things, school choice, what it really means. It's going to be an interesting conversation. Tune in tomorrow. But thank you for being a teacher.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Teachers are the best. We need more awesome teachers out there.
Good teachers are amazing.
Yeah, they are. My sister's a teacher.
Oh, nice.
CJ says, another reminder to check out Eureka. Someone else mentioned Warehouse 13 being a sister show. Yes, Warehouse 13 is set in South Dakota. I was born in Eureka, South Dakota. You will love it. I actually have it. I have it on, I've seen it. It looks awesome. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, that sounds super cool.
It really does look, it kind of like the show Fringe was really awesome. Do you ever watch Fringe?
No.
Dude, you would love
Really?
Fringe.
What's it about?
It's oh man, it's basically about multiple dimensions / man, what is it about? It's
so like fringe
science. Yeah, fringe science.
Oh, yeah.
It's really awesome. The lead character does LSD all the time and makes it himself, and he's like, he's doing like random drugs and just like this old awesome fringe dude. And Joshua Jackson is his son, I think, or maybe I think it's his son. I don't really. It's been a long time since I've seen that show, but it's a good show. You need to watch it.
I like Stargate.
Dude, you need to watch it.
I'm into it.
Fringe.
All right.
And Eureka, because it does seem like something we would both like.
Yeah.
Michael says, fellow HVAC man here, what up? He says it gets 20 to 40 degrees hotter in the attic than it is outside. I live in Texas, by the way. Oof. I love your show, and sad to see you and Tim part because y'all had a great dynamic.
Tim is the man.
Thank you. I agree. We did have a great dynamic.
And they still do.
Short Bus Dave says, my uncle always said when the mob handled the union, life was great. When the Fed took over it, all went downhill. All about the dues and not about the workers. Interesting. That's a good point. I wonder when that was.
Yeah.
When did the Fed take over the unions instead of like the mob running the unions?
Interesting.
That's good point. Good point, Short Bus Dave. Thank you. We were talking about maybe doing like a more of a dig into unions and the progression of where they've been and what they are now. Let's see. Jab says, just wondering if you listened to Mises and what did you think? I did listen to a couple songs. Wasn't bad. There's something about Tom MacDonald that is very musical. It's not. I think Mises is. I think that rapper. That's someone. Let me just double check to see if this is what I'm thinking of. No, that is not Mises. Let me just see. Is it what I'm thinking of? Is it music? Mises. Let me just check. Oh yeah, I misspelled it. Bear with me, everybody. I just want to. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, I thought so. So yeah, it's good. It's not that I there's something musical about Tom MacDonald that I really like a lot. And then of course he works with Nova, who has written so many songs in her life that they work together writing the hooks, and he's got a really good musical vibe to him that you want to sing along to it. And not only are the hooks like that, but his everything about it. So I don't know. There's some Mises feels a little more like hardcore rap instead of. I don't know. Tom MacDonald, I wouldn't even call him like a hardcore rap. It's hard to pinpoint what his style is because it's not exactly like rapper or hip hop. He's genre defining. Like he's got his own vibe, and I love that about it. So, but again, what I heard from Mises wasn't bad. He's a good artist. Let's see. Giorgio says Thomas Jennings was the first African American to receive a patent in 1821. He invented a cleaning process called dry scouring. His process was a predecessor to today's dry cleaning method. Oh, cool. So that was the first American, or I guess African American, to patent something. But again, with you, I agree. He was an American.
He sure was.
Let's give him that. Like
it's the American spirit.
I wanna let go of the, I don't want anyone to be discredited for anything that they are attached to. But I love the fact that we're all Americans, and he's an American that did great work. So that's cool that he was kind of like the grandfather of dry cleaning. Let's see. Awesome. Saint Grizz says, why is it that Christianity can't expand political influence, but Islam is allowed to take European country and convert it to a Muslim country? How is this fair? There won't be peace with this slow religious encroachment.
I know why.
I don't know much about it.
Because Islam needs a reformation. Christianity had one.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know. I feel like we can.
Dude, I would love to
talk about that another time.
Religion would be a good day.
Yeah. The Post says, "Hey Adam, can I recommend Alexander
Solzhenitsyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the guy that wrote the Gulag Archipelago.
For a deep dive. He wrote the Gulag Archipelago after spending 9 years in the Soviet gulags. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, what an adventure, right? My goodness. RW says, Adam, this resolves a key factor of the Bosnian conflict in the 90s. I guess that's what we were talking about.
It was during Clinton.
In the 90s, peace in the Middle East.
Bosnia and Kosovo,
right, and Kosovo
were just at it. I to be honest, I was so young, and it was just these words: Bosnia, Kosovo, Serbia.
Yeah,
was just on me, on the news all the time. Non-stop. Violence, no violence. Clinton was ordering like bombings, and now it was just so confusing as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Happy Beaver says Israel is doing genetic tests on immigrants to get citizenship. What? Sounds like a ethno state to me. Why is that okay? Well, I don't know anything about that. I don't know if that's what's going on. What? I don't know. That's pretty crazy. I don't know if that's true or not. So I wish I could find a source on that. I'll check it out. Wolfsbane says, have you seen some of the newest articles about COVID-19? They used the second best supercomputer to analyze the virus and have come up with a new theory that possible cures may be something to look into. I haven't seen that, but that's awfully interesting.
Oh, fire it out to me on Twitter.
Yeah. Send it over to @IanCrossland, and he'd be down to check it out. Sean, that's definitely right up your alley.
That's awesome.
Sean says, Adam, with your recent change in political affiliation, I'm wondering where you stand theologically. Also, I make BA signs and would love to make you one for free. Oh, well, wonderful. Thank you very much. That would be wonderful. If you can go to timcast.com. Is it
net?
Is it .net?
Yeah.
All right, timcast.net, and you can actually use the PO box and send me stuff there. So that would be wonderful. Thank you for doing that. And then theologically, that's like religion and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm at. I feel like I'm kind of rediscovering a lot of things in my life. I understand. I don't know if I believe in a higher power. I know I do believe in the sun's power. I know that plants eat sunlight and everything eats plants. So basically sunlight is the energy that feeds everybody. So I know that for a fact. That's proven through science. So I tend to, I tend to be more science leaning. So I don't know. The jury is still out, I'll know when I die and find out what happens afterwards. Atlas, bing, 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 we became a member, boom, 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 boom. And Alpha Zero Omega, bing, 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 bing. Thanks for becoming members, both of you. Mark says, have you heard much about Bill Gates' TerraPower nuclear project? Not at all. Do you know about it?
No, I like
TerraPower.
I like the words.
I'm going to look that up because I'm going to have a nuclear futurist come on my show soon.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we're going to talk about the future of energy. Very excited about that. That's not till next month, but a lot of guests. I'm talking to a lot of guests. It's going to be really cool. I'm really excited to. I really like interviewing people and digging into their life.
It's so great because it's synergistic. It's good for them and it's good for you.
Yeah, true.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. It's wonderful.
Collaboration.
Let's see. Chet Chisholm says, Ian sent you the answer to your question on Twitter.
Thank you, sir.
What was your question? What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Well, Chet sent you the answer.
Thanks,
wonderful.
Chet.
How you doing, Chet? Exile Sky says, for people that want information, I suggest looking at Rakita Law's live stream. It's quite the rabbit hole. The old streams are in his playlist. Okay, that looks fun. John Preston says, Adam, read Tragedy and Hope by Carol Quigley. He was Bill Clinton's favorite professor. If you read the whole thing, you will surpass Tim. Ooh.
Rocket fuel for the soul.
Oh, man. Rocket fuel for the soul. That's a fun terminology. I like that. Boo Boo Kitty. All I can think of is, what is that? Jay and Silent Bob. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
The
first one.
Right. But Boo Boo Kitty, there's a fourth word that I'm like,
Snooch.
I'm not going to say it.
Did you see Mallrats?
Yeah.
One of my
Oh,
favorites.
yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. That rocked my childhood.
Oh, man.
We modeled ourselves after those guys.
Oh, where was I? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Boo Boo Kitty. How you doing? Says, look forward to your Donald.win Ask Me Anything. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I had a fun AMA on Reddit today and answered a bunch of questions. There, of course, where people were asking about what happened with Timcast. And I don't tell anybody. I don't talk about it. But it was fun. A lot of people asked me some random questions. The randomest one was, in true Reddit form, I have to ask, would you prefer fighting 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
What'd you say?
What would you say? And then I'll tell you my answer.
Well, horses are pretty afraid, so I think they'll run away. I don't think I would say the small ones.
Yep, that's what I said. Bing, 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 bing,
bing.
for choosing the same thing I did. We were both right.
We were correct.
I would rather fight 100 duck-sized horses because you're right. They're very skittish. They don't like being around you if they don't trust you.
I actually flee in every direction.
My mom has 2 horses. They're really awesome, so I'm around them a lot, and they're very awesome animals. But they don't like being around you if they don't like you. So
and a horse-sized
and they're
duck
duck-sized
could rip your
Man,
hand off.
Can you imagine a horse-sized duck? Ducks are kind of a-holes.
I think they probably used to exist, and humanity wiped them out because they were too dangerous.
You think so?
Big birds, with giant sharp beaks.
Horse-sized ducks, though?
Yeah, big platypuses. And have you ever heard the short-nosed bear? All these crazy animals before the last ice age.
Yeah.
Giant, big spiders, snakes. I mean,
it is fun to think about.
They made D&D.
You know what? I gotta say, shout out to my bear here. I love the way he looks. He looks so swole, ready to smash that like button, wearing his American flag cape and his MAGA beanie. Look at this guy. He is buff, man. All right. Anyway, shout out to Salty, the Salty Army. All right. So where were we here? Oh my goodness. Specific winner. Thanks for the super chat. Matches Burn says, I don't have Tim's brain. Here's why you're wrong. Well, I see what you did there. That's pretty good.
That was funny.
Here's how you're wrong. No. I gotta have a little Tim bobblehead or something.
Me and Tim went
with
intense yesterday about.
Oh goodness, about what?
Trump. I was like, I don't think I could do it, man. He was like, well, then get ready for it, and I was like, you'll never coerce me. We went into it. But I love him.
Well, he's trying to convince you to vote for Trump. Wait,
I don't know. I think
Tim was trying to convince you to vote for Trump.
Well, we were just
what?
Not really.
He took the red pill, everybody.
I think he took the red. He melted it down and put it in his smoothie.
Oh no! I forced it down his throat.
Yeah. It was you guys combined forces.
Yes. I feel success. I feel like my time here is
it's
done.
Been so good to watch you guys freaking pill each other.
Whoa!
I know, you know what I'm saying?
Ian.
I mean, I'm just
Nothing
being
happened.
honest.
Nothing happened. Luckily, this is the super chat section.
Yes.
So
right.
if it gets demonetized because you said that, nothing happened.
So useful.
That's all right. Everyone gets one.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You're off the show.
Oh God.
Just kidding. Let's see. Eric Wilson says Biden called Jacob Blake. Do you think they talked about his mutual alleged hobby? Oh, jeez. That's pretty brutal. I'm not going to elaborate if no one understands that, but that was brutal, Eric. Specific winner says, this is my second super chat because my first one didn't show up, so enjoy. I'm jamming on guitar listening to you guys. Adam, do you have a song that would be fun to learn? Sure. Man, Yeah, I mean, my song or a song. I guess, if my song, you can go check out my music. You can go to adamcrigler.net. There it is. And check out my music. It's all posted in a nice position there.
If you had a cover that you would suggest someone learn that's fun to play, what would you pick?
Oh, Sublime, What I Got.
Oh.
Easy.
All right.
Because it's literally 2 chords. It's
Okay.
D to G and back and forth, and that's the entire song. I mean, he picks it, so you got to learn like the picking process, or you could just strum D to G, and it's like that simple. I mean, there's the
yeah, he's so good.
I had to do the whole thing. It wouldn't have felt right if I
Tried to hit
didn't
the
commit
harmonic.
to the full part, But I mean, you don't have to learn that part. So a lot of people are saying learn Green Tea. Like, really? That's cool that people remember that song. I only played it once. I mean, I did post it up. I have it actually on my channel. You could check it out in the music playlist. But that's cool. I appreciate some people saying learn my song. A lot of other people are saying write your own song. I do love that idea, but I didn't write my own music until I learned how to play music. And learning how to play songs that you really know is kind of important because it helps you smooth out the sound of your playing, all right? Because if you know What I Got by Sublime, for example, you know what it's supposed to sound like, the transition between the D and the G and going back and forth, and then it gets smoother and smoother, and then you learn how to separate like the singing and the playing, because singing while playing is something you also have to learn how to do, because you have to be able to continue playing on beat and then sing over it. So there's multiple skills that involved with playing music with guitar or with any instrument, honestly. So someone just said spin the left bulb. I'm going to try it just for you.
Oh, nice one.
Whoa,
Look at that
that's
wobble.
cool. It's like a space because it comes to a stop there, and then it gets wobbly,
that is wild,
and then
dude.
comes straight. I don't know how I just did that.
Magnetics is
That's
incredible.
kind of cool.
I like Take a Picture by Filter. You know that song?
Yeah.
I
Great
like
song.
playing that one's really fun.
Oh, you know how to play that?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's like
Is it?
3 chords, but you move your pinky around.
It's a little monotonous though.
I love it. I think of my dad when I hear it.
That's cool.
So it makes
It's
me
good-
want to
good
cry
thought.
at
Good
him.
thoughts.
Yeah.
I like it. So thank you, Specific Winter. I wish you well on your guitar playing abilities as they grow, which they will as long as you keep doing it.
Yeah,
and you have to learn how to let the calluses grow on your fingers too.
Yep.
Because if you don't have the calluses, it becomes a pain to actually like physically hold down the chords. You got to fight through it because I mean, you can kind of see it a little bit, but the calluses that I have grown under the skin now. You don't even see them, but it's thicker skin here because I've just been playing guitar for, man, how long have I been? 15 years I've been playing
Nice.
guitar.
Did-
How long
when
have
did
you
you
been
get
playing
your
guitar?
Very similar. I got my first guitar when I was 16, 24, 25
Wow.
years ago, but I
Wow.
didn't really start playing until I was 25,
Oh, okay.
so about 16 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was 21 when I bought my first guitar. It was my 21st birthday present to myself.
What was it?
It was a really terrible. It was a Fender, but it was their base model. It was like $80. I didn't really have a lot of money at the time. It was $80 with an amp. So $80 with the amp, you know, it's not.
Oh, it was electric.
Yeah, electric.
Mine was because I was so lucky to be gifted a really good guitar by my dad.
Is that Martin over there?
Yeah, it's the same one.
That guitar
And
is still nice.
I know, and it's easier to learn on a good instrument. And he told me that. And
That's
I
a
kinda
good
was like,
point.
Oh, really? And it was like because it's not as hard to push the strings down. And
Yeah, and
they
that's
don't rip into
actually
you.
known as the action, and I can actually just show you. The action is the distance between, if you can look, there's a space, there it is, between the strings and the neck right there. And with a bad guitar, there will be a huge space there. And that means you actually have to push the strings down much further. So a nicer guitar tends to have really good action along the entire neck. And it is really, really noticeable. So, yeah. Oh, we love we love music.
You can
don't
tap
we?
instead of smash
Yeah, tap that like button.
the guitar neck.
Let's see, where were we? Hydro says, "Would you ever cut your hair and donate it to Tim?" No
What
way.
if he asked you nice?
No way.
What if he sat you down and was like, hey, please listen.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. No way. Dirty Donkey says, check out. Stop it. Dirty Donkey says, check out Adam Calhoun, the Patriot. Yeah, I'll check that out. Cool. Just pop it off. I check all these things after the show. After anyone that suggests stuff. Oh, Greg. Bing, 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 bing. Became a member. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Hope you enjoy the cover that I posted the other day. You can check it out now that you're a member. Let's see. Matches Burn Again says, consider doing a George Washington Carver deep dive. Okay. Yeah, maybe. I'll dig into him. I don't know much about her.
No, me neither.
I don't know much about him. Scientist and inventor who promoted alternative crops to cotton. Awesome.
Interesting.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Stephen Ruggs says you should look into actress Hedy Lamarr. She was also an avid inventor and a person behind advances in communication technology in the 1940s that led to today's Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth. I have heard about this, actually. And she was so attractive as an actress. That's what she was known for. But then people don't talk about the fact that she was actually incredibly smart.
That's so cool.
And helped in advancements in these. Awesome idea. That is very cool. I should definitely get into something. A deep dive. That's great. I like that idea. Well, let me just write that down so I can. There we go. It is pronounced Solzhin.
Oh.
Neat Sin Alexander Solzhin. Oh, okay. Solzhin.
Solzhenitsyn.
That's what it looks like. Oh, Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah.
Solzhenitsyn. Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn's probably like an Americanized.
Yeah. Okay, so Solzhenitsyn. Thank you.
Russian.
Thank you, Ribs. Legendary Ecom Leads says no one is talking about the riot job posting on Craigslist. I don't know anything about that. Please send it to my Twitter account. Tag me in it so I can see it. Actually, tag Ian also at Ian Crossland. That would be wonderful. And even if you can't get a hold of me there, it is honestly, it's starting to get a little harder to interact with everybody on my Twitter account. But you can email me at adamcastirl@gmail.com, and you can send me an email. Let's see. Bo Jess says, guest idea. Look up the band Dream Machine. They had some controversy a while back for not being woke. Matthew and Doris on YouTube. Interesting. They had controversy because they weren't woke? Let Freedom Ring America became a member. Bing, 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 bing. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. And you can check out those songs that I uploaded. Abigail H. Thanks for the little fist bump. Super chat. Appreciate you. Henry Esselin says, what do you think of the likelihood that a nuclear war has happened on another planet somewhere in the universe? There's no reason to think it hasn't. There's trillions of stars in the universe.
And apparently 1 out of 10 has habitable planetoid.
Yeah, I guess someone did the math that there is laws of probability show that there is 10,000 Earth-like planets in the entire universe that have a civilization.
Oh my gosh.
That could technically be right where we are and be able to produce radio waves or some sort of way to communicate.
And we're like
in the universe,
changing so
it's
fast.
A massive the universe is massive, so
it seems massive.
There's no chance that we'll ever meet them,
well,
or there could be. I don't know. Who knows?
I know warp drive is
breakthroughs in warp drive, or understanding how gravity works,
space,
being able to. Cool stuff. I mean, I feel like our minds are like warp speed ahead.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll. But I mean, who knows? Yeah, maybe.
Whoa.
J-Cake says that Antifa.com domain was registered in 2002. Check it out. Wow. Someone is trolling hard. Love the show. Thank you very much. Yeah, people keep talking about it. I think it goes to Joe Biden / Harris presidency thing.
Wow.
I think someone's definitely trolling. It's pretty funny though. Wesley Flores says the name of the song is Leather Napkin. Thanks for the shout out. Check out Wesley Flores' new song, The Leather Napkin. All right.
I like it.
Random, but should be fun. You know what? I'm going to check it out after the show. All right. Such a funny name for a song. Dirty Gooch says, spin the like button and smash the light bulb. Did I do that right? Absolutely. You nailed it. I couldn't have done it better myself. Judah says Sublime was great. Sad the singer died before the album released. I know.
That was really sad.
Man, if Bradley was still alive, Sublime would have been. I saw Sublime with Rome. You know how they are tour. The band is actually still touring with a guy called, his name is Rome. So it's Sublime with Rome, and they just basically cover Sublime songs.
Oh.
And they have their own music, and I just feel like it's kind of lame that they did that. I feel like they could have just made a new band name,
right?
Because Sublime, to me, is Sublime with Bradley as the singer.
He's so good.
He was amazing. You know what I liked about him? How raw he was.
Yeah.
I loved that. That was actually my favorite band growing up. In my teenage years, Sublime was just like my everything. Until I discovered Incubus, and then I kind of...
Oh, very similar.
Then Incubus,
dude.
I kind of... those two bands were my idols. Bradley and Brandon were just like... I was like, I want to sing like these guys.
I lived across the street from Brandon.
That's so cool.
Boyd, in this house on Navy and Pacific in Venice, California, where the Doors used to live. Two of the Doors used to live in the house. That's when I really started to feel Sublime. I would feel him singing, going out past the break. They were from Long Beach, so it was so close down the water.
Totally.
And it was like the vibration of that area. I mean, the dude, lead singer of Incubus, was across the street. It was just so synergistic.
Yeah, energy was there.
Wow.
That's cool.
And I'd listened to Sublime for years, but that was like the first time I started to feel it.
Ah, cool. I like that. All right. Let's see, where were we? Oh, Teresa! Bing, 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 bing. Became a member. Thank you. Appreciate you. Krang says, Antifa is the grassroots for deep state communism. Ever consider that Reinoehl was killed to shut him up from confessing about his co-conspirators? The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now it certainly has.
Me either.
But now it certainly has.
He said that he had been contacted by law enforcement. Did you hear that part of the story?
No.
And I'm wondering if someone contacted him and told him that they were law enforcement.
I don't know.
I don't know if he was set up. It's just so confusing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. But Pikachu says pie. Alpha Zero Omega says, will you ever don the red beanie again, or has it become the sole property of Salty? No beanie, no peace. You know, it's just so cute on him. He rocks it so well. And you know what? Maybe I'll rock it again. The last, it was 30,000 likes, I believe, on Timcast IRL. If my show ever gets big enough to get 30,000 likes, I will absolutely don that beanie again. 30,000 likes. I'm not gonna go under. I feel like I need to maintain. So
30,000.
Let's see.
Smash it.
Batgoat says, "Thank you, Adam and Ian. Lightbulb. Bing, bing, bing,
Thank
bing,
you,
bing,
Batgoat.
bing, bing. I'm gonna keep it lit because why not? Man, look at this guy,
dude. You're slowed down.
Yeah, I don't know it, but it always goes to that speed.
Wow.
I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But that light bulb, we didn't spin that. That is the excitement. This light bulb that's how excited this light bulb is for being on this desk.
We should switch them and see if they go like if mine spins like that.
I almost don't want to risk it. I don't want to mess with it because it's kind of cool.
I'm open to either. I'm down.
I want to keep it. I want to keep it.
No risk, no peace.
It started a whole new thing. Let's see. San Cormac says, one of these days I want to hear more on Cosmic Garth's Wolfman trip.
Dude, when I looked into outer space and let down my guard.
Hold on, it's not done. Remember your duo from day one when Tim went to Joe. I hope you two blow up. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who was that? No, go ahead. Elaborate. This was San Cormac.
San Cormac, nice one. Yeah, I was meditating on my roof in LA and looking out into space. And we have these electromagnetic frequency shields, like these toruses of energy around our bodies.
Yeah.
And I was feeling the energy, and I let my shield down. And I felt the presence of a wolf humanoid from far up in that direction. And it sensed me and wanted to eat me. It wanted to consume.
Wanted to eat you.
It was viciously consumptory. It was like rabidly carnivoristic. And I think there's other species that have gained sentience than monkeys and on other planets.
So you think that they're like, how we're descendants from apes, that on another planet there's like wolf.
Yeah, that they had thumbs,
humanoids.
Maybe, so they were able to manipulate things. They just had different paw forms.
Ate some mushrooms and their brains expanded.
Absolutely, dude.
Oh man. Okay, that's another conversation that sounds actually rather fun. But on that note, it is the end of the show. But it is Friday.
Oh,
We got to jam. We got to play a few songs.
I like it.
I don't have any whiskey with me right now, and I feel like I need to go get a little bit of whiskey.
All right then.
So I'm gonna shut your mic off for a second because I need to switch mics. I'm sorry if this pops your ears, everybody. Fair warning, there might be a little bit of a pop. Oh, I didn't hear a pop, so maybe that's good. Let me get this one out and plug that in. Okay, can you pop that on? All right, sorry for the pop if you guys heard it. So now I'm going to switch over to this mic. Is it on? Oh, I'm sorry for that pop, everybody. Very sorry for the pop. If it did pop, my bad.
But it was mild.
All right, so now, oh yeah, there we go. So now we have the official music mic.
All right.
I'm gonna move this over for you.
All right, let me grab my git.
Why don't you grab your guitar while I...
My git fiddle. Light bulb off.
The light bulb.
Light bulb.
You smashed it?
I'm sorry. I smashed the light bulb.
Never. I have new strings.
Is it gonna spin? Look, it's not spinning. It almost feels like sacrilege.
Oh,
All right,
the
I
light
am
bulb
sorry.
is not
I'm sorry
pleased.
about that. Everyone's their ears died. Outside said it wasn't so bad. All right,
cool.
so it wasn't so bad. So why don't you just play a couple?
Yeah. New strings. I'm gonna tune it up real quick.
You got new strings.
Let's see how
You
it's-
want to play my guitar?
Maybe. Yeah. Let me
It
see
is.
if this
It is going to be a twist for you because my guitar is down tuned a little bit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think this will be good. I tuned it up last night, so I think the strings are nice and stretched. I just put some new phosphorus bronze. After the show last night, I noticed that didn't like the way it sounded when I played Find Me with Words. So I'm tweaking.
Spin backwards again.
Oh, light bulb!
That's backwards.
I'm trying to spin it.
It's so intense.
It's so intense.
Magnetics.
My gosh.
You got it.
I'm trying to put the light bulb back on and then spin it. But it's so difficult.
Shout out to Snark, who makes these tuners.
I don't want this light bulb to break, but I really want to spin it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Geoff at Large just said, new UFO to spin anytime soon?
Definitely.
I don't know. I'm secretly hoping that when Tim moves, he leaves the UFO so I can yoink it.
Do it.
Yeah, maybe I will. All right, I'm gonna leave it to Ian to play a song.
Thank you.
Actually, I really want to just make sure the mic is good before you start playing.
Does this sound alright?
Can you just sing a little bit?
Hey, oh, go. Hey, hey.
All right, you're good.
Thank you.
All right, bust it out.
All right, this song is. I'm gonna play my most.
Did feel a little off.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure it's totally tuned. Oh yeah, that fat E string. And this is I'm gonna play this song called High that I wrote. It's my most ambitious song that I've written, and I really like it. Hopefully it keeps a tune while I'm playing, but it's special to the new string. So here we go. I know that music is alive, and you've been running through my mind. Your eyes are telling me it's right, and we got nothing left to hide. Yeah. We can't go higher and higher, we're higher. The world is ours and we are light. Oh, don't look back, we've crossed all lines. Yeah. We are free, we are divine.
said, in this life, I know it's alright to go where we come, leave where we might. It's endless faith, just hang on tight, and we both let go when the feeling right. We'll pretend not a thing in the end when the music's playing. Now ain't it nice? We got love and we got each other, said we got, now we got forever. Go higher and higher, we're higher. World is ours and we are light. Don't look back, we've crossed all lines. We are free, we are divine. I said in this life, I know it's alright to go where we come and leave when we might. It's endless faith, just hang on tight, and we both let go when the feeling is right. I won't pretend not to think it's the end when the music's playing. Now ain't it nice? We got love and we got each other, said we got now, we got forever. Going to the moon in a big balloon that floats upright. It's shaped like candy shells and Taco Bells and an octopus in flight. We'll catch the drift wind calling, whether we're falling is relative in sight. So I will grab a net or jump the fences, planetary light. I'll give you everything I can. I'm only a human, I give you up, I'm going down. Except it's not with a frown, it's with a fantastic explode of energy. Giving up ain't for free, I said enough ain't for free. In this life, I know it's alright to go where we come and leave where we might. It's endless faith, just hang on tight, and we both let go when the feeling is right. I won't pretend not to think it's the end when the music's playing the way that nice. We got love and we got each other, we got now, we got forever. Lost it all, whoa, 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 yeah. Lost it all, whoa, 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 whoa.
Woohoo! Dang.
Thanks, baby.
Dude, you get lost in your music, man.
It's the only way to
You
do
like
it.
disappear for a while.
We're one vibration.
I was like, should I ask him if he wants some whiskey? Maybe I should wait. Do you want some whiskey?
Yeah.
Here you go, man.
Thanks, man. I love this stuff.
All right, well, you know how I do. Can you guys even hear me? I don't even know if they can hear me. I think you can
No.
hear me, right? Let me just whatever. You can hear me now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is that better? You guys can hear me. All right, so you guys know how I do. This is some Highland Park 15 year. I'm a whiskey drinker. I just enjoy my whiskey. So, cheers to everybody. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
sir.
mate. Cheers.
Absolutely, baby.
Cheers. To another good show. I always have fun having you on.
Awesome, man.
Mm.
Thank you, everybody.
Ah,
You guys are so cool, man.
I'm gonna try to not touch the like button. I meant the light bulb, but it's the like button, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna play a tune. Let me just make sure the Hello, welcome. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Hello and welcome to Adamcast IRL. We're gonna be jamming on the different tunes. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's good. I love that whiskey. I'm a big fan of whiskey. Whiskey drinking. I got whiskey in my blood. Someone's saying I'm too quiet. Hello, hello. Is that better? Am I loud enough? I think so now, right?
Sounds good.
To me.
It's down. All right, here we go. This is my new song. I don't have a name for it, but I played it a few times this week. Let me know if you got a name for it. I'm gonna be watching. If you guys have a name for this. Life sucks sometimes, but when you realize it's not so bad, so move along. What choice do you have? You choose where your mind spends all its time. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When you find a smile, naturally, it's the magic, don't forget it. It'll help you see. In the dark, in the night, when you're trying to find your way and you've lost your sight. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. When it all comes freely, it's wonderful. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. Let it all come crashing like the ocean tide. Climb up to the top of the mountainside and scream it out. Don't hold it inside. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
So I got no name for that song. You said from the mountaintop.
Yeah, the mountaintop.
Someone said freely is pretty good. I saw Captain Playoni in the chat. What was she saying? Vacation forever. I don't know what she's talking about. That free life, freely, free. Lots of good options here. Well, anyway, you guys are fantastic. I love. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We still got a good amount of people here, so we're just gonna keep jamming.
Yes.
Whatever. It's Friday night. Friday night jams.
Fuck yeah.
That's how we. Dude, you gotta stop.
Friday night jam. Okay.
you gotta
You
stop
are
swearing.
correct, sir.
You gotta stop swearing.
I'm an animal.
I said everyone gets one, not two.
Yeah, you're right. My mic was off.
This is picking up everything. All right. Well, nothing
Right,
happened. Clearly, he's just excited about the Friday night jams.
That new song.
Thank you. Yeah. Was that what it was? Was the excitement for the new song?
Oh, dude, I was like almost. I mean, I wasn't crying, but I was like pressing my headphones in so I could hear your voice and coming through the mic. It was like intensified.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna play another one. You know what? I'm gonna play Green Tea, cause someone was talking about it, and then I saw someone else say, "I love that song Green Tea," and I was like, "Man, now I have to play that song." So, oh yeah, let's get an F in chat for Ian's F bomb.
Thank you.
Let's do it. I'm dropping an F in chat here.
F and F. Big F.
F in chat for the F bomb, cause
F in chat.
Someone says I have to stop overlapping, but it's Friday night jams. Ethan, I'm sorry, it's Friday night jams, bro. I gotta jam. It's Friday night. That's what I do on Friday nights for you. You guys jamming. I still got over 1,000 people hanging out with me right now.
Jam son.
So I'm gonna jam. Someone said you got jammed. There's the Fs. F in chat.
Thank you, sir.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
All right, I'm gonna play another song. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play Green Tea. It's kind of a weird tuning on this one. I leave the bottom one open. I don't know if I remember all the lyrics to this song actually. I'm gonna wing it though. Green tea Sundays, impure breaking of the dawn, lazy morning, roll back over, sleep till noon or the afternoon. Something has got a hold on me. Green tea mornings, impure breaking of the law. I'm cloudy yet weightless, suppressing all those things I do, but I shouldn't do. Something has got a hold on me. You used to draw me pictures in the dark and erase them with a smiling face. Too bad all those dreams seem to fade away. Green tea morning, impure breaking of my mind. Suppressing
something's got a hold on me. You used to draw me pictures in the dark when I raised them with a smiling face. Too bad all those dreams seem to fade away.
So yeah, that was Green Tea. I kind of forgot a little bit of the words there, but that's okay. That is like an old song of mine that I wrote a long time ago. So
I hear good harmonies on that.
But yeah, thank you everybody. I see you all, giving me some major props for that. I really appreciate you all. And it's Friday night. I'm gonna play some more music tomorrow night also. But thank you for joining us. As always, I had Ian with me tonight, and he rocked out a song earlier. But we're gonna go. I don't really want to go too far over Timcast's show.
Mike Malice.
For now. Mike Malice is
in the
yeah,
house.
it's cool. I didn't know he was here, so
He's awesome.
I'm excited to meet him later. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Corey DeAngelis is going to be joining me at 8 p.m. We're going to have a really interesting show talking about school choice, where education is at right now. So yeah, wonderful. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow night. I turned the mics off so no one can hear us. I figured I could just do that moving forward.
Dude,
But maybe people can still hear us. I don't know.
green tea is awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
I like when you change